guys? As you've probably noticed, I've taken a couple of weeks off to spend time with the family during this holiday season. And not to worry, I have quite a few products to review that are coming up in the very near future. Today I'm going to talk about vibration issues and the issue with the voltage regulator bracket. And I'm sure you have had, most likely, at least one bracket break and had to get a replacement. I have had 4 in the past almost 2 years break, and when the last one broke, I just kind of zip tied it up and notified Royal Enfield to get one replaced under warranty, and they told me that there was an improved bracket now. And that's what I want to talk about today, is the improved bracket. Man, this thing is beefier than the other. It doesn't have that little thin arm that comes out that always breaks. It always breaks right there at that connection. Always, 100% of the time, it's always where it is whenever I see it broken, an image of it. It's always right there on that thin little part. Well, that thin part is gone now. This thing is improved immeasurably. It's an amazing product, it looks like, an amazing improvement, and we're going to go ahead and take a closer look at this bracket. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the part number. There it is. This is the improved bracket. Okay, let's pop it on out of here. And as you can see, it is a vast improvement over the original OEM. The updated version, it's not as thin. It's got these structural recesses here to kind of harden up this surface. It's going to be stressed and it's going to be flexed. So it should, in theory and in appearance, be far superior to what they were using. In a moment, we're going to go take a look at the bracket that is on Fieldy, and we're going to see where it broke, and we're going to compare the two. But from my initial observations, this is going to be the ticket right here. It should no longer be an issue. It should no longer break. It should no longer be a problem. That is just so much beefier. That's crazy. I can't tell you how many people I've spoken with that have said that their bracket just breaks continuously. And as we know with vibrations, each single Royal Enfield is different. The 535s and the 500s and even the 350s, they all vibrate differently. Some are just an excellent ride to jaunt on and to go on backcountry roads, and they never really have an issue. And others, they could shake the fillings out of your teeth. So this should cover all the bases here, and no matter if you've got a real vibrator or not, it shouldn't break anymore. I mean, this is quality. Very stiff. It doesn't really have any flex, and as I said, these structural recesses, that should really set it into place, and it should keep it steady and rock solid for years. Alright, let's go ahead out, take a look at Fieldy, the one that's on her, and we'll compare the two. We'll see where it broke, and we'll go over how to install. If you have your stock seat or an aftermarket sprung seat, there's no need to remove the seat to get to the bracket itself. If you look inside here, you will see 2 bolts right here. That is the bracket. It's right by the mounting point for the pillion seat, the stock pillion seat for the C5. It's right here. These wires are extra that I've added, but this wire on this side, that is your ground wire. That will be there on your particular C5, and it's supposed to be there. So remember to put that back. All right, so we're going to remove these two bolts. Okay, and that is going to be a 10 millimeter. All right, let's go ahead and do that now. And as you can see, really quick, I have my voltage regulator kind of mounted on with zip ties here. Once you have the top bolts out, then your voltage regulator itself should be kind of free to move around. And in order to remove that, you have a bolt on each side. You can see the other one over there. It's over there. There it is, right there. And just use the provided hex key that's in your tool kit, and that will remove those two bolts, and then the bracket will be free. Let's go ahead and do that now. Now, in order to get the rear bolt out, the hex bolt, go ahead and turn the whole regulator itself on its side, like this. Turn it sideways and go from underneath. It's the easiest way to do it. Now that the bolts are removed, the bracket is free. You just slide right out. As you can see, the difference is pretty vast. This is the original bracket here, of course, and you can see how weak and thin it was. That was a major issue with the Royal Enfield bikes, especially with the Classic 500, and I'm sure the 350 as well. But this little thin bracket here, this little leg, is what breaks off every single time. And as you can see with the improvement, there is no thin leg anymore. You still mount here on these two bolts, but it is far superior to what they were using before. Alright, let's go ahead and throw this bracket on. The reinstallation process is pretty straightforward and simple. You want the top portion that is not threaded. As you can see, this is threaded. That's going to attach to the regulator itself. This is going to attach to the frame. These two here. They're going to go to our two holes here on the side where we removed the bolts from the top. You want to put it in straight, just a straight shot to where that threaded portion is over that hole. You're going to put in that bolt, and we're going to turn the whole assembly, and it's going to turn in, and we're going to attach. Once you have the inside bolt started, you simply turn the whole assembly to the side, back into the proper position, and there's your second hole and the threaded area on top. And it will slide. It is on a slide. It has an opening on the other side, so you can get it into the proper position and get your bolt in here. Once you have your bolt on this side, which would be the outside, you tighten down both with your hex key or Allen wrench. Now that our voltage regulator is attached to the bracket, we can attach the bracket back to the frame of the motorcycle. And in addition to these holes on this side that were there with the stock bracket before, with the new improved bracket, you have a third option, which is over here. There is a threaded hole there as well, and I'm going to be using that one. I'm going to couple one on this side with the ground wire. Be sure to put that back into place, and I'm going to put one over on this side, and that should substantially improve the bracket and keep it from breaking. Just the design itself before was kind of a weak point, but this one should be no issue at all. As you can see, the bracket is now back in place, and there's little to absolutely no flex in there. I like that. Before, it would just move around and you could actually bend that bracket. So this is a way better setup. This should last a long time. Let's go ahead and start Fieldy up and see how it does with the engine running. As you can see, there's really no shaking or movement of this new bracket.
improved bracket or the regulator itself. The bracket is doing very well, even throughout the RPM range. There's no movement at all. This should hold for years to come. As you can see, this bracket is absolutely incredible. It is definitely an improvement over the original, and it should last a very, very long time. I'm glad Royal Enfield put in the research and listened to the customers with their complaints about this bracket, and I'm just happy and very satisfied with this. It should not break anymore. If it does, I will let you guys know and give you an update, but I'm pretty certain it's going to be fine. Alright, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, as always, and next week I will have a special video for Christmas. It is going to be a Christmas video similar to the one I did last year. It will be a blast, and I definitely look forward to that and sharing that with you guys. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Come on, guys, you gotta like this new bracket. I mean, there's no way not to like that improvement. Alright, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.